Alright, God bless you guys out there. Today is February the 28th. Welcome to Team Michael's House of Faith. Our goal is to build a trustworthy foundation in the Lord Jesus our God, helping each other fight the conscious mind, as well as taking on other people's burdens by being supportive and comforting in one another. The Lord is our author. We are non-professional. This is for educational purposes and not therapy. Team Michael's House of Faith does not associate with money. It is supported by the Lord Jesus our God, and no contributions are necessary. Finding wisdom from above. Hebrews 8:10. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, from least to greatest. James 1:5. But if anyone among you is in need of wisdom, let him petition God, who gives abundantly to all without reproach, and it shall be given to him. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 and 8. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and whosoever seeks finds, and anyone who knocks, it will be opened. Knocking on heaven's door. You do that by praying, and you ask for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of things, like scriptures. Otherwise, you're going to wind up finding yourself following the blind straight into the ditch, because narcissistic people, they overtake things. So, and they got to be in control of everything, and they love getting into churches and overtaking scriptures and changing scriptures, and that way they can control it. Narcissist people, they may have a grasp on what's really going on, reality, but they recreate another version of it in order to manipulate and to control their victims. So, on here today, I got a few short videos, very short, brief videos, but we're going to pull out the truth of things here, and we're going to put them together. We're going to see exactly what's going on here in America, how they're taking the homeless people off the streets, and they're sending them places. I don't know, actually. Well, I ain't going to worry about it. Actually, I don't know. I think... Oh, there it is. Iran. Now you can see the symbol. I gotta be careful. I don't know if AI can pick up on things, so you gotta be careful what you say. But we're gonna learn this here. What's going on with people, the homeless, what they're doing with the homeless, because they're saying this migrants. Oh, we're taking the migrants and we're shipping them back. Well, no, you're not. You're about to own Cuba and you're about to own Mexico. So where are you shipping them to? And it's kind of funny that none of these other countries are complaining or fighting not to take these people back. We didn't do this with the Cubans when they came in here in the 1980s. So you gotta be wiser than these people here. So let's get into our first video here. And this is Al Green. He's a senator. I think he's from Texas, and he calls out Trump here. Let's take a look at this first video. Some closed captioning up there. All right.
The State of the Union. Madam Speaker, the State of the Union is fragile. It is fragile because we have a president who does not respect democracy. He believes that he can go to war at will without conferring with the Congress of the United States of America. He believes that there is no such thing as separation of powers. He believes that if he thinks it's right, then the courts have to agree. He doesn't believe in due process of the law. He would have people be picked up on the streets, taken off to some distant place without any indication as to where they are, such that family members can understand that they are at least okay. He is a reckless, ruthless president. And what he is doing at
You tell him. And that's the truth of it. He's he doesn't care about people. Um, let's go to this next video, and this is what Trump says before he got into his presidency, before he got into his second term here. He flat out tells you what he's going to do with the homeless people. All right, let's see here. Oops.
Would do when he got back into the White House.
Under my strategy, working with states, we will ban urban camping wherever possible. Violators of these bans will be arrested, but they will be given the option to accept treatment and services if they're willing to be rehabilitated. Many of them don't want that, but we'll give them the option. We will then open up large parcels of inexpensive land, bring in doctors, psychiatrists, social workers, and drug rehab specialists, and create 10 cities where the homeless can be relocated and their problems identified. But we'll open up our cities again, make them livable and make them beautiful.
Well, I guess this is one campaign promise that he's keeping.
Yeah. So he's gonna get rid of people there. And the reason they're doing that is to put these data centers in. Because once you get these data centers in, that you gotta have drinking water for the data center. And you gotta get rid of mankind because there ain't enough drinking water to produce for mankind and these data centers. So you get rid of people, and you can put these data centers in. And that's what they're doing right now. And I posted a thing on my Facebook anyways that they spent like $45 billion to buy old buildings so they turn them into these ice camps. And I imagine once they ice camps and once they get rid of the people and they send them for execution or slavery, wherever they do, and then they'll turn those into data centers probably. So they'll get their use out of it, you know. But I'm gonna pull up this next video. And this one, this dude flat out tells you Iran, they do not hang people unless they go against the Shah, which is their, unless you go against Allah. So, because it's in their law, it's in their Quran that if your brothers and sisters in Allah, and you can't, it'd be murder to kill somebody. But if you don't believe in Allah, well, then they got every right to kill you. So, let's see if we here go to here, switch this camera around, do a little jumbly here, doing some juggling. All right, let's see here. That's what this dude says, and you can see people getting shipped to Russia, and we know from Russia there's been a report of Russia dropping things off to Iran. So.
Some are just restrictions on your freedoms that we would consider unconscionable, and some are far worse. I mean, you have places like Iran that are horrible, that have killed probably tens of thousands of people in this latest uprising, and still do public hangings if you go against the Shah. And this is, of course, a huge problem. And then you have places like Russia, which in many ways is civilized. However, there are religions there that are considered extremist. Jehovah's Witnesses.
So, you notice this blue line here. Get a better picture of it. Oh, you little poopy.
Probably tens of thousands of people in this
But the blue
latest
line
uprising,
goes
and still
straight out of
public hangings
America
if you go
straight
against
into
the
Russia.
Shah. And
Now they can't
this is,
come
of course,
out
a huge problem. And then you have places
and
like Russia, which in many ways is
exactly tell you what they're
civilized.
doing.
However, there are
But you see right here, it's coming straight out of South America and going right up into Russia. And I'm sure there's prison camps up there that they're taking people and shipping them. And then from there, they bring them all the way down to Iran for execution. There's another video here I want to look at. Maybe those were just the ones. right, so this one I'll do. This is pretty
One
plain.
tiny flaw ruins most
So this
lighters,
guy,
and almost nobody talks about it. Nearly
he's a
all of
pure
them rely
liar.
on butane.
All that worry about sentience and rogue robots.
We wondered if people might have more immediate concerns.
A robot that is meant to exceed the capabilities of humans.
Why not, right? We would like things that could be stronger than us or tolerate more heat than us or definitely go into a dangerous place where we shouldn't be going. So you really want superhuman capabilities.
To a lot of people, that sounds scary. You don't foresee a world of Terminators.
Absolutely not. I think if you saw how hard we have to work to get the robots to just do some of the straightforward tasks we want them to do, that would dispel that worry about sentience and rogue robots.
Well, this was a month ago here. If you look down in the bottom here, 1 month ago is when they did this video. So either he's lying through his teeth, or within a month, these robots have come so advanced it's crazy. Back in September. That dude said absolutely not. And of course there's other videos like this one where
Advanced robot
it's so
dogs.
advanced.
Mechanical canines equipped with cameras patrolling fields and city streets alike. This is reality in China today. At the IDEX 2,960 humanoid robots as of late 2024, aiming to surpass Western efforts like Tesla's Optimus, with a goal of 1,000 units by year end. These robots are deployed in manufacturing, hospitals, and customer service, showcasing China's lead in motion control and applied AI. Videos from Agabot's facilities show human workers assembling robots alongside robotic arms, with some humanoid is the most impressive or most surprising development in China's robot advancements. Let me know in the comments below. But China's robots aren't just for operations. They're also enhancing safety on city streets. Robo-cops on patrol. In Shenzhen, the future of policing has arrived. Humanoid police robots are moving alongside human officers straight out of a sci-fi movie. A viral video from early 2025 shows a 1.38 meters tall robot in a police vest cheerfully shaking hands with surprised pedestrians. Developed by Engine AI, this AI-powered cop model PM01 can respond to voice commands, greet the public, and even perform push-ups to show off its balance.
So clearly the dude on 60 Minutes is a liar. He's a liar. And of course that's what they do, they lie. So they can have control and make you believe what they want you to believe. But obviously if you do your research you can see actually where they are with this stuff. And what they're doing is they're overtaking America. And once we get rid of the homeless people and keep making more people homeless, because they're going to keep driving rent and everything up and food prices, and people ain't going to be able to pay anything, it's going to keep putting people out on the streets. And they're going to keep getting rid of them so they can open up these data centers, because they need that drinking water that humans drink for these data centers. And that's something we're going to get into, is looking at back in the time of Jesus they dealt with narcissistic people, and how we can deal with them, and how we can go against these data centers, and how we can make a stand religiously against our government. Because these data centers, if you look, I mean, for one, we could take them out by cutting their water supply. But if you look, like Musk, we can go after Musk and shut him right down, because he thinks he's a god better than our God, and we're a Christian foundation or Christian country. So you can't come in here with you being God and having these images of yourself overtaking our jobs. That's not going to work out. And we really need to jump up and make a stand to it and protest against, not really protest, we don't need to be out in the streets, but we need to get inside the government and go after them legally. And if that don't work, well, hey, guess what? We got a gun in our back pocket, and we'd be damned if we don't use it if we have to. One of the greatest scriptures is to take on other people's burdens. There's no more greater love than for a man to lay down his life for his friends. And you do that taking on other people's burdens. And we're just going to have to step up to the plate and do what we can. I had another video and stuff. I might get into this. I said I was going to show some of this stuff before. This is Israel when they got overtaken back in the, this says 1900. But I found video all the way back to 1880. And if you do your math, 1878 to 1948 is a 70 years. So they were in captivity actually for 70 years by the British. But this here is, I'll show you a clip here. These are the Jews surrounded by Arabs and Palestinians, whichever ones these damn headbandies are. And then you can see the British. And who knows what they're doing with them. If they're executing them or if they're just putting them into slavery. And these are the British, along with the Palestinians and the Arabs.
Jerusalem is captured by the British Army without fighting. English and Australian soldiers entered the city.
I said I was going to do a thing about that and show you the different videos how the British overtook them. And that's who it is. It's the British. They're always getting into people's countries and pulling their countries apart. Just like China, 1930s, they got in there and started pulling China apart. On the inside, made them weak, made them vulnerable. And then they got Japan to attack them in the 1940s and overtook them in the 1940s. And then now the Europeans can go out and put their factories in there and make the Chinese work for nothing. Because, hey, either you're going to work, make a few dollars, and at least have some kind of food, or you're going to starve to death. And that's where our faith got to come in. And know that God will feed us. He'll give us what we need to get by. And if you ain't got that, well then, yeah, you're going to starve. Because you're chasing after something rather than God. Something else other than God. So, I guess maybe in my next video, we'll talk more about scriptures and stuff. And what we can do to make a stand against this. Make a stand against them. Because I've been doing a lot of notes on this stuff. So it's really unique too. Yep. Of course, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 through 5. And you got Philippines 2, chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. Hebrews 10, 24 and 25. You got 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, 9 through 10. And there's just a lot of other ones to go through. Now I have to go through and put them. I got a lot of scriptures, writings, and stuff like that. I guess you don't need to see them, but I've been doing a lot of homework on this and getting to the bottom of everything and what we can do about it. And we're just going to have to figure out what we can legally do about it. And should probably start pushing after the churches and make the churches get off their ass and religiously go after these people that are doing this. Because this is a humanitarian. Because I don't get how they can come and take somebody off the streets. You have to commit a crime. Even if they take you, by law, they can only keep you for 48 hours before they have to let you loose or charge you with a criminal offense, putting you into a court date. Otherwise, you have to be released. But yet, these people are just kidnapping people and putting them in a old storage facility with nothing. So, and then that's the thing too. They won't let you see what's going on the inside there. You know, there's no cameras to see actually what's going on. So that's pretty scary too. But we'll get into things a lot deeper here, and it's not to worry you, it's not to scare you, it's to make you understand what's going on, so we can stand up and do something about this. And that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to stand. We're gonna have to take a stand against this, regardless. Otherwise, we're all gonna be out on the streets very, very soon, because within less than a year, they plan for all these robots to overtake all of our jobs. So, and so we'll just have to keep our eyes and our ears open and alert, and just keep the peace out there. Don't get worked up. Don't fear. Remember, perfect love casts out fear, and fear will cause you torment. So don't fear. Don't worry about things, because we're in God's hands. God already has this played out. He's just waiting for us to turn to Him, and that's what we need to work on. So, God bless you guys. I appreciate you all tuning in today. I hope you learned something from this. I hope you pass it on to others. God bless you all. Until next time, keep the peace, hey?